This is Stiltskin. You know, like Stiltskin, but without the rumple. Stiltskin, or Scottish rock band, first formed in 1994. The only constant is Ray Wilson. The band had a #1 hit in '94. UK Inside was the name. Before I talk about Stiltskin, I have to address the 900-pound gorilla in the room, namely, calling all stations. Wilson joined Genesis when Phil Collins left in 1996. Genesis keyboardist Tony Banks and bassist Mike Rutherford had been provided a Stiltskin album, The Mind's Eye. They auditioned Wilson and awarded him the job of lead vocalist for a band that had launched the prog rock career of vocalist Peter Gabriel, which gave way to the much more commercially successful tenure of Phil Collins as lead vocalist. Calling All Stations was a top 10 worldwide hit, and it went to number 54 in the US. It is widely seen as Genesis' worst album, and the American leg of the tour was canceled due to very low ticket sales. So what happened? The two remaining Genesis guys fired Wilson, and they were quite right to do so, but Wilson's work with Stiltskin both before and after the Genesis stint were excellent and highly listenable. Calling All Stations sounded nothing like a Genesis album, and the world was on withdrawal from Gabrielism and Collins' drastic redo of the band into a pop hitmaker. Rather than a top band, a top echelon prog band, which is what they were with Gabriel. We must give Collins his due. He saved Genesis, which was deep in debt when Gabriel left. After his Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, this is one of my favorite all-time albums, and Collins couldn't drum the way he used to. He was in Bill Bruford's level of extraordinary quality, but his health was not what it once was. He had a spinal disability. That explains all the drum machines. It's the 80s. It's a trend. It was a percussion cop-out, if you ask me. Chester Thompson was hired as a hired gun to provide live fireworks, so Phil and the guys could play the favorites. Hey, I love Wind in the Withering, and I love Trick of the Tail, and Duke, but that's all. Genesis became the biggest letdown for die-hard fans of prog rock. And more so, yeah, I know I sound like I'm on a soapbox tonight. Sorry, I just get kind of worked up about Genesis. So, Phil had a gigantic solo career as a crooner, and Banks, a hugely talented keyboardist and composer, and Mike Rutherford, arguably the glue that held Genesis together through its metamorphia. The blame for Calling All Stations has to be Mike and Tony's fault. There is no other possible explanation. They goofed. So sue them. Back to Stiltskin, which was nominally Peter Lawler's band. He also played all the instruments on the hit Inside. The Mind's Eye was to be their only album until Wilson formed a new Stiltskin in 2005. They released the album She in 2006, and it's great. You really should check it out. I'm really pleased with this album. And then there was another LP called Unfulfillment in 2011. Here's The Mind's Eye. Songs are Scared of Ghosts, Hard Pop, not great. 2, Horse, meh. 3, Rest in Peace, Buoyant Fluff. There is a comparison to Peter Gabriel's timbre and style. That's unmistakable. 4, Footsteps, but the lyrics aren't that good or even compelling. 5, Inside. It rocks. It's the best track by far. And here's She, number 1, Fly High. Metallic, medium, but this is a good song. 2, Better Luck Next Time. Also quite good, even with the F-bombs. I hear some It in here. 3, Title Track. Also nice, sorrowful and heartfelt, with more It. 4, Constantly Reminded, melancholy acoustic. 5, American Beauty, Thanks for Nothing. Here's Unfulfillment. Accidents Will Happen. That's not an Elvis Costello cover. 2, More Than a Memory. This album is not metal. It's decent balladry. There's no good reason Ray Wilson isn't a star, and I'm happy to say that. 4, Calling All Stations. Oh my God. 1, Title Track. Meh. 2, Congo. A helicopter? This is awful. 3, Shipwrecked. Lame. I'm a million miles from anywhere, somewhere in the sea. That's a typical lyric. Kind of embarrassing. 4, Alien Afternoon. Jenna Funk. 5, Not About Us. This band needs a guitarist in the worst way. Rutherford's bass is 1, and it keeps pretty much to the root. You're not going to hear the bass from Lamb Lies Down on Broadway on Station to Station. You're just not. 6, If That's What You Need. No, I think you need much, much more. 7, The Dividing Line. Jenna Funk 2. 8, Uncertain Weather. Only Gabriel can be Gabriel. 8, Small Talk. Jenna Funk 3. 9, There Must Be Some Other Way. Oh yes, there is. ... 10, One Man's Fool. This is a waste of electricity. Total disappointment. So, if you really want to see what a Genesis album can be, please go get Selling England by the Pound, Foxtrot, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Even go back earlier to the Anthony Phillips era for the first 2 albums, Genesis to Revelation and Trespass. These are some beautiful, proggy, gentle songs. Excellent material. But this band went through some changes. And Phil took over. Those changes went downhill. And today, I understand Phil Collins is considered one of the worst liked people in the entertainment industry. Now, I don't know why, other than that he saved Genesis from bankruptcy with pop music. But, you know, I don't know, I can't listen to that stuff. Like, really, the Genesis albums that Phil was on before he left, after Duke, they're just not good. We Can't Dance. What the hell is that? I liked it, and then there were three. There was still some Peter Gabriel leftover hanging on at that point. But during Duke, you saw a little bit of a change of heart, and I don't think Phil was ever really a good lyric writer. I mean, he's a fine singer. He's a fantastic drummer when his back lets him do that. But Peter Gabriel was a lyricist par excellence. And he proved that with his own solo career these many years. Virtually anything you get to listen to that has the name Peter Gabriel on it is worth your time and your trouble. Yeah, Peter Gabriel, my favorite musician of all time.